two gender-based topics. And for the first one, I need a gentleman. Vasily, will you?
Yeah.
Actually, the topics are all the topics are written, and I could read it myself. I could give it to the table topic speaker. What would you prefer?
Read and give. Yeah.
So read it twice. Okay. So this is a picture of the first one, which represents. Yeah. So recently I learned that there is a word for women having several husbands, which is polyandry. And polygamy is first of all about men having several wives. But nowadays it's used generally as well. So polygamy is a natural thing in the Muslim world. What would your life be like if you had two wives or more, Vasily? What kind of pleasures and difficulties would you have? Yes, good. Very provocative question. It doesn't look enthusiastic.
Shall I start?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I will not give you the vague answer, since this question is very provocative, and my wife is here. But I think that as a coin has two sides, this question has also two sides. First of all, it will be a great pleasure to have several wives, since it can mean that I don't need to do anything at home. I just can come home and they will do everything for me. Like they will cook for me, clean the house, everything will be perfect. But from another side, it also means that I will need to bring home more money, and I will need to spend more money by doing stuff that I probably can exclude from my life if I had only one wife. What else? Also, as you know that all men would like to bring the more as possible population in this world. And that means that if you have several wives, you can have more children, and your genotype or your genomes will be spread all around the world, and you have better chances to have
To leave a trace.
to leave a trace. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you very much. For the girls now, I think. Well, it could be for guys as well, but Olga, yeah.
Wow, I'm just a guest.
Well, can I? Yeah. Is that okay? Oh, okay. I will try. So yes, I kind of anticipate your answer. Well, yeah, you know what it means, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I can show it to everybody. Yeah. So this is the picture symbolizing plastic surgery. Yes, it's mostly the topic that we discuss, but why not? Yeah. So with today's medical advice
For girl, because I think that every girl want to do it. Because everybody, girl, want to be beautiful, and we know that when we grow, we we must do everything for our beautiful. So I have talked with my husband about it. Yes, several months ago, when I speak with my friends, and I ask him, "Well, Nikita, what do you think about it? Maybe I can do it in my under eyes." Yeah. And Nikita said me no, and I understand that I will do it, but after the time, yeah, and after that I prepare everything for it. I have read about it, and I found a good cosmetic clinic. Yes.
That's great.
But after that talk, I bought a good cream for my eyes, for my face, and I will try to be beautiful for a long time. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, using conservative methods, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. So I actually expressed to him about innocent
Space,
space, usual kind of stuff. So in this film, well, a group of people, yeah, generally people, try to find a new planet in order to escape the then Earth, yeah? So imagine, George, that the planet has been found. Well, you're kind of living in the interstellar fun, yeah? The planet has been found. So Anne Hathaway has already started the colony and waiting for the citizens, for the first group of citizens. Yeah. So now everybody can sign up for the first trip to the newly settled colony. Yeah, where only a few scientists live so far. Would you join the first group of citizens?
Yes.
You know it's not the answer.
Perfect grammar.
Would you join it? Why not? How would you feel?
Okay, so yeah, I'm ready. You know, I don't like the word called the colony, but anyway, I think this is a good experience for my future interviews. It would be a good experience to go to other planet. You know, we can talk about some interesting things like be the chosen one. Like you are the first who is going to be a citizen on this planet. I don't know. Maybe your name will be in the history books, or people will remember you for a long time as a humanity saver. I don't know. But the other question is it okay for you to leave your family, to leave your friends, to your job? I think everyone would like to leave his job. But I think it depends on how do you, I don't know, what relationship do you have with your family and friends? This is the question you must find the answer to. To answer the question is, would you join the first group of citizens? That's all.
Okay. So everybody remembers the tragedy of the Titanic. Yeah? Shipwreck. So the tragedy was caused by also by the fact that there were not enough rescue boats for all the passengers. Imagine that your ship, the ship that you've been traveling by, is sinking, and you are happily in a rescue boat, which is almost full and has enough space, enough room only for one person. And there are 3 people, who are still on the ship waiting for help. Stephen Hawking, but only walking. Yeah? A 25-year-old woman with a baby, and a 35-year-old extremely successful and inventive entrepreneur, businessman. Yeah? Which of them would you take on board?
Could you please repeat the list?
And the woman with the baby, they lose like one.
Yes. Yeah, big pictures. You don't know.
What about the party?
No problems. A 60-year-old physics professor, a woman with a baby, and a 35-year-old successful and very smart businessman.
And you can't bring them all because the professor will eat.
Yeah, professor looks suspicious.
I'm in the boat, not you. I'm the lucky one. Well, I think we can start. I probably, actually, I'm happy that I'm not in the boat and it's not sinking. So, probably I will save the woman with the baby because, the 60 years old man and 35 years successful, I don't know, women. I mean,
It's a man.
men. They succeeded in their lives and they lived quite long life with some. I don't know. They have the experience and the stuff, and I will save the woman because of the baby because he just make his first steps in this life, and I think he should have a chance to live. But if actually I'm a very kind person, if someone of them will beg me very hard, maybe I will leave him and I will try some another place to, I don't know, some another chance to get over this Titanic,
All of them, yeah.
A door, maybe something
Work
like
out
that,
something,
yes.
yeah.
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Marina. You have to. Sorry, yeah.
You're the boss.
Yeah, I am. I once read a story about a judge from Ohio, and he was famous for his creative sentences. Well, sentences are the decisions of the judges, yeah, that they make at court. Once he sentenced a woman who had left small kittens in a forest to a night in the same forest, in the same conditions, without food and without warm clothes. Do you agree with the judge's decision?
Okay, 1 minute.
I don't know what does mean.
Abandoned, left. Yes,
Okay.
she brought
Okay.
them to the forest and left them there because she didn't need them.
Time is up.
Thank you. I think woman is pretty
Sorry. I think judge was very had a very sorry.
Do you think he was strict? Like
No.
strict?
Yes, I think he was too strict because the question about this because the question about kittens and other animals are very difficult for everyone, I think, and maybe the way which the woman choose very bad, I think, and but you know, a lot of stories about people who kill a lot of kittens. They took them and throw into the water and look at them how they died. And many of us, I think, no, I don't speak about everyone which is in the room. I think I have never killed any.
Okay, how would you punish her? How would you punish this woman? What would be your decision?
I think it should be not people's decision. I think she will be punished by God, by another force, and she will have punished, I'm sure. Maybe not she. I believe that it may be her children or her.
Okay, so she definitely harmed her karma, yeah?
Karma. Yes, I think about it.
Karma, yes.
Okay, thank you for understanding. So no, it is a very difficult question, I think.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, the time is running
Yeah,
out.
it's okay. Thank you. And the last one, but not least, it's Lina for you. Philosophical one. I have a quotation here about happiness. We once had a lesson with George and discussed all the quotations about happiness. He has a very gloomy image of that, I think. So, one of the quotations is that the greater part of our happiness or misery means unhappiness, depends on our dispositions. Dispositions are our attitudes to life, yeah? And our mood. On our dispositions, not on our circumstances. The situations. That's it. So what do you think of this quotation? What do you think it means? And do you agree with it or not?
I like the quotation that happiness is a warm party.
Yeah, happiness is a warm party. That's still challenging.
So dispositions means mood.
Yeah. Mood and attitude.
Time's up. No?
You have 20 seconds more.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I agree with this quotation, and I can give you an example about, of course, about my job, because I always work with people, and always speak with them on phone, And of course, they are always angry. For example, they can call and say, everything is bad, your company is bad, your flights are bad, they are always delayed, for example, something like that. And I should say, I can't say, don't call me anymore. I should say, of course I understand you, but it's not we're not guilty in it, and etc., etc., etc. And when I come up to my office, I always say in the morning to my colleagues, today I'm very kind, I will be very kind with our clients, with our agencies, and etc. And for example, when people, when they feel that you are angry, they will be angry too with you. And when they feel that you are kind, and they, for example, they call me and they have problems, but they feel that I'm not angry, I'm kind with them, they will speak with me in such way, in the same way, in kind way, I mean. So I think everything is in your head, everything depends on your mood, of course. And when you're happy, everything is good in your life. Yeah. It's my point of view.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do I have to say anything else, or we can just sit down? Well, thank you very much. Those were really good answers. I liked all of them. Natasha's speech, and I was greatly impressed, and it was clear that Natasha has got quite a lot of experience of total mastering. The first thing that I really liked is the presentation, yes, so the visual support with beautiful, really fine pictures sometimes, and I mean that made the outline stronger, because you you don't only hear the speech, but you see the main points. And as Natasha's purpose was, as she was focusing on organization, that was a really good idea, because that actually made the organization most effective when you have some visual clues, yeah. And she, not only that, she also had a backup of the presentation in case the projector didn't work. That was just amazing. About her posture, yeah, gestures and voice, I really liked that. She was very natural and relaxed, and her voice was clear enough and loud enough. Yeah, no fidgeting, no unnatural movements, and so on. About the speech, that was a very nice choice of the topic, yeah, because, well, important people, that's very interesting at all times. So the introduction was a nice one, so it was one of the ways to do it, like a generalization, but to me it was a bit too neutral, you know, like, yeah, maybe that's personal, but I would make it a bit more attention-gaining, like stronger, and maybe a question, maybe a statement, something like that, yeah? The body was very clear, very well structured, with all the points and sub-points, and it was smooth and coming from one person to another. I would add some personal stories, like you were talking about the people, and I would add some examples from their lives, like tell a story about how this person told me that, yeah, something like that. So tell a story about a literature teacher after which you understood something, yeah, something about, yeah, make it more personal maybe. Yeah, the only thing I didn't quite get, because, well, the organization, yeah, focuses on, your purpose is to make people understand and remember things better, yeah? About the changes, like you said, there was changes. Number 2, connected with your husband, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't quite get the idea how he influenced you here, yeah? Because I didn't quite get the connection, what exactly he did or said, yeah? And what was his point. It was a bit vague for me. The conclusion was a nice one, yeah? It was natural coming from the body, summarizing everything, yeah? That was nice, yeah? I would make it, yeah, a bit stronger too, but I think this is, well, my personal attitude. That's how I usually make speeches. Very nice. Well, and the transitions, yeah, like linkers or bridges. I would probably make them more inventive, because, well, it's not like the next person is, yeah, but something more interesting, yeah, like coming from one person to another one with just a bit more phrases maybe or something. Yeah, it was well like smoother between the parts, between the points. But generally that was really nice, and yeah, I think that was a very good example of speech making. Thank you. But it's just so late now that I forgot that I'm generally late. Well, and I'd like to give the floor to the next person who relates, Nikita, who will read Milena's speech.
Thank you very much. Well, prior to the meeting, Elena gave me clear goals to be achieved during her first project. I was impressed how detailed they were, and I really appreciate it. So the major one was to break the ice, actually. So I know that, and Elena told me that it has problems speaking publicly, but that's quite normal, so that's okay. I should say that this task, this goal was successfully achieved, and congratulate you. And well, the next areas I should focus on were eye contact, and with particular attention to shifted eyes. Well, I think you exaggerated your problem because your eyes were not at all shifting. Well, it seemed to me that you were looking above the heads most of the time, and from time to time you pick one person, me and somebody else, probably Natalia, as anchors, and looked in her, or in my eyes. But actually that's okay, that's part of technique which allows you to work with audience when you pick a couple of people in the first rows and say what's directed to them. Well, as for body language, nervous movement and relaxedness, again, we're not that bad. Of course, we were nervous, and from time to time, pauses in your speech demonstrated that. But in general, I wouldn't say we were so unrelaxed. And as for emotional variety of the speech, like tone, use of pauses and accents, it was quite okay. But I should say that you should get rid of the paper because it distracts you from well, delivery of the speech actually. Well, as for the structure of your speech, the opening was quite clear as well as the body, but probably it's my fault, but I didn't get the conclusion.
Well, actually, I saw the red sign, and that's why I
Okay,
just
I see.
finished it, and that's all.
But in general, the speech itself was quite informative and interesting, so it was interesting to hear. That's it. Thank you very much.
And we continue with our next personal relator, Vasily.
It's hard to give evaluation for the speeches from me personally because I'm not that great in evaluation of processes. But Sonia, I think, as everyone knows, that the first speeches are quite hard for to present, and what I would like to say. Firstly, the pose. Your pose was quite closed, so you grabbed your iPad and you were concentrated on this iPad, and I thought that maybe it should be better if you will move during your speech or will interact with the audience. Yeah, maybe dance if it will, if it helps. Second, it's also my bad point. It's eye contact with audience. Your eyes were trying to find someone, but without success, I think, or with success if you think so. But it seemed for me that you were concentrated somewhere else, not with the audience. But the great part of your speech was that you were enthusiastic and you melt the ice between you and the audience, like bringing some topics which is common for everyone who've been a student some days ago, like who studied in the female groups or male groups, and it was interesting to hear your personal life story. What was what influence on your attitude during your life in Volgodonsk or in Rostov? So it's quite it was very interesting. As a grammar, there was a few mistakes with word order, like, but it's nothing crucial, I think, because everyone, I believe, understand your speech and what you try to say. So you should not concentrate on the grammar mistakes, because it will block your further progress. So we should not be concentrated on this, from my point of view. What else? I didn't get the structure of the speech. It was not titled, so we didn't. It was said in common, like I told you about myself, but it's better to have some kind of title before presenting the speech. What else I should bring? I think you might be more interacting with the audience, as I said. What did I say? What point I missed? Yeah, as a timer will say, you a little bit increased the time of the speech, so you didn't have good endings of the story. So maybe next time you should concentrate on the timer and how to separate your speech, like introduction, main part, and conclusion. And as the first experience, I think it was a great speech. Thank you.
Thank you.
I suggest that we vote for the best personal evaluation, not to forget what the evaluations look like. So can you vote, and then we continue in 30 seconds. So now we continue with our reports from our masters, and I'd like to invite here our table topic master to make some comments and to comment on this part of the table topics. That's to check my